We are now in the final 2 events for Tour de Endurance, with 10 teams still eligible to win it. However, logically, the Marauders, Grayscales, and Honeycombs are in the best positions. Top 3, 13 points between them, and a whole 20 ahead of the 4th place, Silly Slimes, who, them, Navy Seals, 7 Speeders, and others are offshoot teams to win this tournament still. This event, Collision, you can see 7 Speeders and Green Peacocks giving us the first run, the demonstration, you could say. And the 7 Speeders will win it pretty definitively, 2-0. For however many marbles you keep on the board is the amount of points you get, and of course whoever knocks off the most of the opposing team will advance. So there you see 7 Speeders move on 2-0 pretty easily. Green Peacocks get completely blanked as we move on to Team Sunrise and the Party Crashers. Party Crashers have bizzled out throughout this tournament as it went along, and now might not even be eligible to win with this loss, as Team Sunrise, the miracle winner from the previous event, moves on. You can see there are bricks on the collision board to stop them from flying off everywhere, but it didn't help that one Party Crasher. He just fell off anyway. Just couldn't stop his momentum from that brick. Navy Seals and the J Jockeys. Oh, J Jockeys get sent packing, those 2 of them toward the side, but they keep 2 on, and the Navy Seals have one hanging on by a thread over there in the corner. Just look at this. He is set flying. His teammate falls off right next to him, and he just hangs on right there. Look at that. Just barely stays behind the brick, and 2 all will go to a tiebreaker round between them. See how this goes? Oh, they all miss each other, and the J Jockeys, with a self-inflicted wound, just completely drove off the track. I think it might have been a collision between the 2. And yeah, it was, sent the one in the back off the track, and the Navy Seals did not do that. They stayed on, and a 2-1 win for them. Just strategy. They went to the side to avoid the contact, and that's how that goes. Condiment Kings went down in a line almost, and that worked practically perfectly for them. Look at that, nearly a perfect win. Croissant Crew get completely blanked off, and the Condiment Kings keep 3 on the board. They just kept going forwards after the hit. The Croissant Crew was sent flying in all sorts of directions, while Condiment Kings were able to use the bricks and the ramps on the other sides to stay on. Now, very important, the Marauders and the Crystal Pistols. The Marauders have sent 3 off to that one side. The Crystal Pistols still have 3 on, and the Crystal Pistols will knock off the number 1 Marauders. That is quite the shock. The Marauders have been a dominant force throughout the entirety of this tournament, and in the events where you're purposely put against those lower down, the Crystal Pistols take advantage and take out the Marauders. This is very important for a team like the Honeycombs over there, who are 17 points behind. And they won't even take advantage of it. They have one fullback as an anchor that could have really worked to bump off another Cosmonaut, but he just misses. Look at this. Just splits right between 2 of them. I think it sent that one a bit close, but he also knocked himself off, so that would have been a one-on-one tiebreaker. So that would have been a big gamble, but even then, Cosmonauts still win. And here's another team that could take advantage. The Silly Slimes, they're a bit far off though, so they'll need to do better than just this round, and they won't even win this round. Stingers, 2-1 on that one. Let's have a look at this again. Oh, both of them very bunched up, but just stronger impacts on the Stingers end, and I think the Stingers bumped off that brick there to keep them on and started rolling back toward the ramp. That's ultimately what you want to do. You want to bump off the team, or go straight past them if you will. The Blue Brigade and the Grayscales. Grayscales, of course, need this win, and as the pattern continues, they don't get it. The lower teams really coming out of their shells this time and showing us that they can compete, especially against teams that are this historically dominant. The Grayscales, they didn't lose to the Blue Brigade as much as the Marauders did to the Crystal Pistols, so they will gain some points on them, but not enough. The Marauders will likely still be in first place after this event, and there you see 9th through 16th. Marauders are in 14th. The Grayscales only gain 2 points. Honeycombs will gain 3 as they move on to the quarterfinals. 7 Speeders now with offshoot chance, very high chance, if they can do well here. And they will, 3-1, another dominant win by 2 whole marbles. Let's have a look at this. So it seemed like they largely missed. Well, kind of. It seemed Team Sunrise, they sent Team Sunrise off on an angle, and then just another subtle knock off at the end there made it 3-1. Now, Navy Seals and the Condiment Kings. Navy Seals had to go to a tiebreaker, and this one they will absolutely not be going to a tiebreaker. They seem to delay themselves coming down the ramp. Let's have a look. They come down in like basically a line almost, sending the Condiment King. That's what the Condiment Kings did against the Croissant Crew. Navy Seals tried to fight right back with their own strategy, and the Condiment Kings didn't use that same strategy. They tried to opt for something different. Now, you can't see them, but Crystal Pistols are over there against the Cosmonauts. Oh, that was so... If you're watching over on the left there, you can see how the Crystal Pistols had one on the board, but he just trickles right off. And on the left as well, up top, you can see the Cosmonauts have one. Look at this, just down here. He stops, he's putting on the brakes, oh so desperately, but he just slips off, and the Cosmonauts up there as well also just barely stay on. If they both had stuck them on, then it would have been a tie. Or if the Cosmonauts just come off, I'm talking too much for how quickly these rounds are going. The Blue Brigade and the Stingers. Oh, wait, that Blue Brigade slip-up caused it to go to a tiebreaker. I thought the Blue Brigade had it in the bag there. Let's have a look at this. So the Blue Brigade are bunched up. Stingers are a bit more separated. The Blue Brigade bump off that, go straight off. That was the first one to come off. And the Blue Brigade is trying to slow. He's trying to slow down so badly, trying to push himself back, but he just cannot. 2-2. Let's see who wins out of this. And the 2-on-2 one again, just like we saw in the heats. This time, they will make contact, and the board is completely blanked, -1 marble, and the Blue Brigade will move on to the semi-finals. Stingers went down pretty much in a horizontal line, my apologies, which didn't work as the Blue Brigade went down in a vertical line, so they win, moving on to the semi-finals. The Navy SEALs and Serpent Speeders, this is a battle. These two are still in contention to win. They can gain so much ground on the leaders if they just get a top medal here. Who's going to be the one to move on to the final? It will be the Navy SEALs, easily, 2-0. Serpent Speeders have been dominant in the first 2 rounds, but in this one, Navy SEALs, again with that line strategy, they just kick out the Serpent Speeders very easily with a 2-0 win. Navy SEALs putting a statement on this round as they head into the final. Who will join them? Will it be the Cosmonauts or the Blue Brigade? Both pretty irrelevant, Blue Brigade more so. Oh, it's going to be close, but I believe the Cosmonauts, yes, 2-1. The Cosmonauts will move on out of this one. Let's see Cosmonauts just like a 2-1-1 almost. Ever so slightly. There isn't really much, they just kind of blasted it and hoped for the best, and it seemed to work out for them, 2-1. Cosmonauts onto the final. The Serpent Speeders and the Blue Brigade are in the final, are in 3rd place round, sorry. We're going to watch that first. Serpent Speeders can still hope for a medal to close up on those leading teams, and oh no, they won't. They'll get 3-0 in the 3rd place round. They must have exerted too much energy and force in the first 2 rounds, and they just fizzled out. For this one, look at the Blue Brigade. 2 of them completely come into a stop. The 3rd one using that brick. 2 Serpent Speeders just dive off on the side there. That didn't help them. And the Blue Brigade will capture the bronze in this one. Now the build-up. Navy SEALs would want this gold desperately if they want to go for this, if they want to have a fight for the championship, but the Cosmonauts want to get a medal in general. They have not gotten one yet. They're going for a gold. They shoot in. Oh, that Navy SEAL is going to lose out as well, so it's going to be a 1-1 tie. The 2 Navy SEALs over there on the left that just slipped off at the end. There's also one up top that just, look, he halts right there immediately. Doesn't move an inch. If he did, Cosmonauts would have wrapped up the gold already. But look over there, that Navy SEAL gold may have just slipped through his fingers there, as it's now a 1-1 tie. A 1-1 draw, but just basically a quick draw at this point. Let's see. Oh, they chip each other and just roll right off the board. We are completely blank, meaning every single member will reset, and it's now going to be 4-4 a second time. Look at that, just straight off. 0-0. These 2 teams trying to hold this out as long as they can. The energy they must be exhausted by now. Here we go. Hopefully the final. The Cosmonauts come down in a line, and that is what works for them. The Cosmonauts, 3-1, despite the 2 tiebreakers, still pushed out a dominant win against the Navy SEALs, who will take a second, but they'll definitely take a second begrudgingly, considering how close they are to that championship now, after the struggles of the Marauders and the Grayscales. But look at that. Cosmonauts, first medal of the tournament, and maybe the last one considering their irrelevancy, but still, first place, big 25 points for them. Congratulations to the Cosmonauts for their first gold ever. Now taking a look at the overall standings, the Marauders, only with 2 points there, there are still 4 teams in contention, but Navy SEALs only 16 off, so 16 points between them. It could all be done in the final event, the final elimination race. We will see you then.